Hey, I'm Frank Iero, and you're watching Good Grief Media.
I took a walk through the city one night.
Well, actually, no. How's the tour been going so far this time around?
Man, tour's been going great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the East Coast run. James Louise, of course, opened it as a Reggie solo act, and it was fantastic. It's always great to be able to tour with James. I love him so much.
Yeah.
And then we did a short little festival run in between.
That's right.
And then came back and did the West Coast. And now Jeff Rickley's opening, who again.
That's awesome. Yeah,
fantastic.
Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, like to get to tour with people that I look up to as just amazing artists, but also that are just fantastic human beings.
Yeah.
It's like no new friends. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
let's go with people that like we know and respect and care about and that care about us. It's like family basically.
Yeah.
So like you're all in this van together. You all hang out together. You live together for like a month or 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of old stories and new memories get to be made.
There
as
you
well.
go.
Yeah.
That's the safest way too. Probably that way you just you already know what's going down with it.
Yeah. Plus, we've all known each other for so long. Like that's the cool thing about this band. I think is that I wanted to make this band for like 20 years. You know.
Wow. Yeah.
And and some of these people that I've, like James and Jeffy like I've known for 15, 20 years.
Exactly. So it's like a super.
So it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of your must-haves, I guess, while going on tour? Some of the stuff that you can't live without.
Well, all right. So the necessity, the older I get, is earplugs. I can't play a show without them. I used to be very anti-earplug, and then I got deaf. And so earplugs are a necessity. Tea is a necessity. Or at least some hot goddamn water.
Yeah.
I recently got a bunk humidifier / like diffuser.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad. That was a Kaylee suggestion, and it's cool. Like you got it on Amazon.
That's
it
awesome.
doesn't spill, which is very, very cool.
Yeah.
And it like plugs into like a USB.
Oh, okay.
So you just diffuse a little eucalyptus at night, and you're set.
That's perfect. I heard it gets kind of gnarly in there sometimes. Just with
does
the
that forced air.
Yeah.
That's the rough part.
Yeah.
Like someone decides to turn on the air conditioner one night, and you can't sing for 2 weeks. It's like fuck.
Yeah. Especially when you're working off your voice. That's kind of the main point.
It's rough.
Yeah. Let's see here. So going deeper, one of the coolest things I've noticed about all of your solo projects is that no one project or album release ever sounds the same. They all have their own characteristics. Is that an intentional decision on your part, or is that more just how you've grown as a musician, I guess?
I think it's both. I think it's just I don't feel the need to repeat myself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think that also forces you to get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But life just has a way of kind of showing you which path to take.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been very fortunate to be able to surround myself or be around people that really inspire me.
Yeah.
And are doing some really interesting things and they kind of take I've taken this road where I get to branch out and do things that I've always wanted to do. I have this inability to say no to things that sound really fun and interesting, even if I don't have the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife hates it, but she understands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. There's so many ways that you can create and in so many different genres and mediums. It's like, why not?
Exactly.
And I also think that for my creative point of view, like it's helpful because if I hit like a blockade on one, I just kind of jump to the next, and then that either frees up whatever is being stuck, and then opens up the door later on.
Awesome.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's cool. I read somewhere that you scored a short horror film, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when you're saying other mediums, aside from scoring films, are you trying to explore any other sort of mediums at this moment, or just music?
It's always been just creating is a passion.
Exactly.
Right? Like I need to create.
Yeah.
So whether it be photography, whether it be painting, whether it be just writing, lyrics and or poetry or short stories and things of that nature, I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
Whether or not I ever release them, that's you know.
Mm-hmm. But you need
It's
to
a
get it out.
viewpoint,
It's sort of like
I just need to. It needs to happen. You know what I mean? And some of it sucks.
Yeah.
No, and that's
too.
cool. You know what I mean? Like I think that's in this day and age. I think we're so concerned like with like, oh no, but I'm not good at that. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, just do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be good at something to enjoy it or to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, by the time you realize like you've gotten good at it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's inconsequential to me.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's good or if it gets released or something like that. If I enjoy it and I think it's important enough to make my soul feel good, then I'll put it out there. But like you know, I need to just create for myself.
Exactly. I totally get that. Would you say that fatherhood has changed your creative process at all?
Definitely.
Really? Also.
I think I'm more conscious of the things that I'm saying or putting out there.
Okay.
There we go. Did it this time. Thank you.
It's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't do what you have to do, dude.
Yeah, you're all good.
Really sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
I think that you know, I'm more conscious of the world around me. I think that also too, like, you know, there's certain things that I feel like that I want to say to my kids, and I want them to have.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, there's a song on this record called "New Day Is Coming." Like that was written specifically for them.
Okay.
Because I wanted them to have this. I wanted to have a song that I could sing them at night, and it be appropriate and a message that I thought that they needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
So there's that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But the world is a scary, crazy place. So like, you know, you can't censor yourself in the things that you make either. Just based solely on you know, 4 people.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, you know, like they're my everything. So it changes me. You know, it changes your DNA, and it's like I've become a new person. You know, I've learned and evolved, and the things that I'm writing now are, you know, way different from the things that I wrote when I was 25. You know.
Yeah. There you go. You haven't been shy to talk about your synesthesia. So if you're all right, what does your synesthesia affect or, you know, play a part in the writing process for you, or does it more is it just something that kind of occurs?
It kind of occurs, but I think where it really plays its part is when finalizing like what the record should look like.
Okay.
You know, I know that when say like, you know, when I'm writing a record, like I know it's a, you know, like Stomachaches was a pink record, and Parachutes was a blue record. I knew that Barriers was yellow. You know, it's hard to explain this. Like, here's the thing: I didn't even really know what it was until like, you know, like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And why it is the way it is, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
It just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that, you know, my interpretation of what I'm seeing when I hear these songs is it's helpful in that final process of like, you know, what should the aesthetic be, or what should this finally look like, you know. And I try to think about like sometimes like, all right, well, why is Barriers yellow? And then I think about, you know, like, well, you know, what does that color mean to me? Like, is it fall? Is it, you know, that the idea of, you know, dying off and rebirth kind of thing? You know, but is that true, or is that just my brain then churning it?
Yeah, exactly. Sort of interpreting it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, though, I mean that's still super cool to have that ability, I guess. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. It's a weird. It's you know, like out of all the superpowers to have, it's a very strange one.
Yeah.
You know, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I like people I think that don't experience it really have a lot of questions. Like, does it change this and that? And it's just is it song to song? For me, it's usually a larger piece.
Okay.
You know, like I know that these things are all kind of falling under the same realm. You know. And I know that, you know, songs that I've written around the same period don't fit in.
Okay.
You know?
I totally get what you're saying.
It's, yeah.